Hi guys, thank you for watching my fall smoky eye tutorial using Gorgeous Cosmetics. I really like this line and I hope that you will as well. I'm going to start by priming my face with my MAC Cosmetics Skin Base. This is the Visage. Many of you are familiar with this primer. It's a nice lightweight primer and it works on all skin types. I can use it on all of my clients. I'm then going to prime my eyes with Groundwork. This is a Pro Longwear Paint Pot, also by MAC. It's a nice tan color, flesh tone for me if you will. Then I'm going to take my Viseart brow palette. Now this I got at the makeup show and it says eyeshadow and brow, but they sell it as brow. There are 9 matte shades and then 3 wax colors. I did not find the wax to be very advantageous, although I do like the palette a great deal. It will work in certain circumstances. My brows being so fair and thin, I don't really need a wax to lay them down. I prefer the gel that you will see me use a little bit later on in the tutorial. But I do love the color range in this particular palette. I then went in with my concealer palette in medium by MAC as well, and I'm just going to clean up the brows just slightly, but we're not going to be too aggressive with the concealer brows tonight, guys. Then I'm going to go in with the Fashion Shades palette. This is an 8-pan palette by Gorgeous Cosmetics, which I really love. I'm going to start with using Hedgehog all over the lid. I'm going to probably just blend that out with a 217 brush. You could use the blender brush of your choice. Then I'm going to take some of the Violet Satin on the inner third of the lid. That's more of a frosty taupe color. I'm going to take my Coaster Riche Eye Kohl by MAC. You know how soft the kohls are. They're technically like crayons and they smudge really well, because I want to give this more of a brown, a fall smoky effect, not a typical black smoky effect. I don't want it to be too aggressive. I want to go with the season in this particular occasion, and I'm just going to blend that out as well. Again with my 217 or the blender brush of your choice. I'm going to go just right on top of my lid. Now my lids are a little smaller, so you can use this however you like. I'm using khaki gold. You'll find this to be more of a green olive color in the palette, although it comes off a little darker here in this particular light. But again, it's easier to control this color as opposed to using something as dark as a black. You can do this with the black, guys, so just, I would say, blend it down unless you're really looking for more of an aggressive smoky eye. I like this because I can transition this from day to night without it being too overwhelming. I can typically just change the lipstick. Underneath the brows, I'm just going to lightly dust off with the eyeshadow in Natural, also from the palette. It's not too heavy of an ivory color. I'm going to put on my Ultra HD foundation by Makeup Forever. This is a Y453. They have changed the numbering convention on these guys. So before I used to be a 153, and it may say that still on the bottle somewhere, but there's 2 numbers now, so I cannot explain the numbering convention. If you want to know what this correlates to for me, I am a 7 in Charlotte Tilbury, both of her foundation formulas. I am an NC42 in MAC as well, if that helps. That just kind of gives you an idea of the direction that the numbers are going. But unfortunately, that's all I know about these. This is a little bit thinner than I prefer. I feel it, the water kind of as a base here, but it does blend down quite nicely. So instead of using a mineralized powder over this, I'm going to use a matte powder, and you'll see that here shortly. I'm going to go back in with the NC35 out of my palette and just warm that down. I'm using my finger so that it will blend down a little bit nicer than using a brush, and I can really just kind of warm that into the skin. I'm not going to over highlight here, guys. I really don't want to. We want to kind of get to a point where we're starting to mattify now that we're getting into the fall and away from the summer. So we'll use highlights, but just not as aggressively as we've seen in the past. It's a good time to start doing some micro contouring. I'm going to use the Contour Shades 8-pan palette, also from Gorgeous Cosmetics. I'm going to use Potato Cake underneath the eye. It's not as bright as, let's say, a banana powder. It does have a bit of yellow in it. I did find myself having to use a little bit more than I prefer just to get some real coverage there, but it's still a nice shade and there wasn't a lot of fallout. So then when I go back in with the taupe color, it gives a nice shape to the face and it's not overwhelming for me. Now I'm going to start to dust all over with my Studio Fix powder in NC42, as I said I would before, and I'm going back in with the Mocha and the taupe colors from the contour palette, as well as a little bit of the fudge. I wonder why they're all named after chocolate. Maybe that was just for me. Now I'm going to go back underneath my eye with my Costa Riche pencil, and I'm going to smudge that out here slightly with a brush. Again, we're giving this a smoky eye, guys, but it's for the fall, so you can still go in tonight with this pretty seamlessly. I'm going to blend that down with my 252. You can use a thin pencil brush. Anything that's working for you is fine. This is just kind of what I have on hand. I took a little bit of my rose gold, which you didn't see here, from Becca Cosmetics as well. And then I took the Brow Gal Gel by Tanya Crooks. That came in my FabFitFun box. I'm using a little bit of the Prism Powder, ironically, in summer from Gorgeous Cosmetics. But like I said earlier, just lightly, guys. I don't want to overwhelm us going into the fall with summer bronzers. It can get a little hectic. I used the 46 lashes from Nigel's Beauty Emporium. I don't know about you, but I feel like they're a lot better than your typical beauty supply lashes. I used Conspiracy Liner by Urban Decay, which is a 24/7 liner. I used Grounded Lipstick by Gorgeous Cosmetics as well. And then I used Gorgeous, ironically, Lip Lacquer by Senna Cosmetics that I also got from the makeup show. And one of my all-time faves, and I've probably been using this mascara for 2 years, is the Urban Decay Perversion. If you use it with the primer, you can't go wrong. And then finish with the Mist and Fix by Makeup Forever. I hope you like this look. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next go round. Bye!